Well, the Sega Genesis had the Sega Nomad so that you could go ahead and play Sega Genesis games on the go. Nintendo never had that. Well, the team over at Hyperkin addressed that in more recent years with their Superboy and the Superboy S. And then they came out with the Superboy S Black Gold Edition, which basically took everything that they learned and developed through the Superboy project, gave it a new coat of paint, and introduced a few new features. Now, in 2022, they've actually introduced an update to the Superboy Black Gold, and that is what we have here. Hey everybody, Gary here from Rock Solid Productions. Thanks for stopping by and checking out what we have going here today. I really do appreciate it. Now, let me know down in the comments, have you ever wanted to play your Super Nintendo or Super Famicom games on the go? Because that's one of the fun things about this, is it does Super Nintendo and Super Famicom, and if I remember right, it'll do Super Game Boy games too. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna unbox this, check this out, see how it looks, and check out some of the differences between the new version and the last generation version. Let's get started. So here you have the box for the latest evolution of the Superboy Black Gold. Now, one thing, again, I've noticed Hyperkin going a little bit away from that dog-ear aesthetic that they've done on their boxes in their more recent releases, so interesting to see. Now, this is pretty much identical to the previous edition's box. On the back, walks you through the fact that it has a 4.3-inch screen, perfect pin technology, so you shouldn't have to deal with death grips, compatible with the Super NES and Super Famicom, rechargeable lithium-ion battery, there is an aspect ratio button, NTSC PAL switch, and you can output to your television if you would like. And then one thing too, looking at the face, it does have, and I'll show you on this side too, it does have connectors on the front so that you can use standard Super Nintendo controllers, which is pretty nice. So let's go ahead, we're gonna open this guy up. So you have an instruction manual, a thank you card, and a Hyperkin sticker decal. Nice foam padding here to cushion everything. And here is the system itself. One of the nice things that the previous generation did not have that this has is the covers here for the Super NES controller ports. Very similar to what's on the Retron 5. Good to see, nice addition there. We'll give you a further look at the hardware in just a moment. And then we have our box O goodies here. And inside we have a USB-C power cable. That's one of the big differences, is this does utilize USB-C to charge. Has your AV outputs, a wrist strap, and a really nice Superboy carrying pouch. So you can take this with you, throw it in a backpack or something like that, and not worry about getting the screen scratched or nicked or anything along those lines. Now, you still have to worry about the system getting crushed. That's a real thing. But at least this way, you can help protect your screen. I'll set that back there. So one of the big upgrades here is the fact that this is USB-C for power now versus micro USB. Definitely a huge improvement, at least for someone like me, that you can use USB-C here for charging and not be stuck with micro USB, which is a much less durable connector. Now, while we're looking here is the cartridge slot itself. We'll look inside at the pins. Those look pretty decent. And then you do have your charge port here, status indicator, NTSC PAL switch, a reset button, and over here you have your power and a AV output. At first I was going to say it's a headphone, but no, it's AV. And then it goes to that breakout cable that'll give you composite video output. Does have your R and L triggers up top. A, B, X, Y buttons. Now, these are shaped like the Super Famicom buttons, so it's the rounded on all four of them versus concave convex as on the US version. I wish they would have that. It's one of the things I actually prefer more about the US controller. The wrist strap gets attached right there. On the bottom, here is your headphone jack, volume adjustment, 16:9 switch or 4:3 switch, and a brightness adjustment. You can replace the battery, it looks like. It's retained by a screw on the back, and nothing else on that side of the system. D-pad is gold there, just like the buttons are. Select and start buttons right there too. Now, we're gonna go ahead and peel off the screen protector. Now I am going to grab the previous model just to compare them top to bottom, front to back, side to side. So the major difference between the two of these is going to be that charge port. Micro USB here versus USB-C on the new one. Everything else looks to be same. The D-pad and the face buttons all look to be the same. They both have SupaBoy Black Gold on them. Again, this one does have the protector on the controller ports, which I actually really like. Especially if you're going to be using it mostly in handheld mode. That way you make sure you don't get gunk and dirt and even just like fuzz off your hands into there. Because if you look at where you hold it, at least, you know, on this side, for me, part of the right side of the pins are going to be covered by my palm. Not so much on this side, but more so on that side. Screen is the same size. All the same basic functions. The main thing is going to be the fact that this has that USB-C charge port. But here's the thing, how does it play games? So we're going to start off here, and I'm going to use, let's use Tiny Toon Adventures for the Super Famicom. Now, I have not charged this at all yet. You really should charge it for a couple of hours, but I'm impatient. I'm a child. What can I say? And here it is in 16:9 out of the box, it looks like. Wow, those are loud. So there, if you saw it switched from 16:9 to 4:3, you just hold down the button here. Now, if you scroll through it or want to change the brightness, you just tap it. So there, the screen is off. There's dim, brighter, brighter, brighter still, and then off. So overall, not a bad looking screen. I kind of wish the start and select buttons were on this side, but that's just me. D-pad feels pretty firm. Not terrible, but just firm. Oh, my timing is not very good. Got him. Got him. All right. Okay, so this is playing decently. So overall, so far so good in handheld mode, but we need to test out these controller ports here too real quick. I actually have my Super Famicom controller that we're going to plug in here. And just go right like so. And for this, we are going to try out a Famicom game. This is Popful Mail. This is a game that actually I found out about from John Riggs when we were talking about the Sega Genesis Classic 2 coming out. Hopefully this stays so you can see. All the button presses and everything seem to be working well. Now we're going to try one really different. How about Mario Paint? I have absolutely never ever used the NES or the Super NES mouse on here. So we are going to check out how this plays. I've actually never played Mario Paint, believe it or not. So let's check and see what Mario Paint looks like. There we go, a little smiley face for you. How about the, I wonder if this trackball needs to be cleaned. Okay. Well, Mario Paint works with the mouse, that's good to know. All right, we're getting ready for our next game, and this I want you to keep an eye towards the top right-hand part of the screen. Take a look because it says PAL. This is our PAL version of Earthworm Jim. This is actually something that I got almost 5 years ago now when I was in Germany, and absolutely love the fact that I have this title in my collection. Sound is good. I would say no issues whatsoever with this PAL game, which is a good thing. We're going to launch the cow. Cow has been launched. Yeah, the audio seems very, very good to me. Now, the color palette, not 100%, but I would say it's probably 96, 97%. Little tip about Earthworm Jim that I don't know how many people know this. You can actually speed up or slow down how fast you go down those zip lines by shooting in either the direction you are facing or away from the direction you are going. The bullets basically speed up or slow Jim down. So I would say yes, PAL games work on this without any issue whatsoever. Star Fox is always an important game to test out on any clone system, just because it does have that Super FX chip in here. Now, I prefer Control B. We're going to do training real quick. We can do the barrel roll and everything right there, which is good. But Star Fox having that Super FX chip, the fact that it plays without an issue, definitely great to see. Playing great, looking great here. Get out of the way. Now, I will say the speakers could probably use a little bit more bass to them. Twin blasters. So, yep, Star Fox definitely working just fine here. We'll get our little, there we go. Get our upgrade. So back in handheld mode for our final test here, did want to check out the Super Game Boy. And we are using Donkey Kong here, or Dinky Kang if you prefer. Overall, the big ape looks pretty good, I gotta say. Now, as we come to the end of this, whoa, as I mistimed my jump there, what do I overall think? Well, it's everything that I loved about the last one, truth be told. I mean, it's very, very similar to that. The main difference appears to be that USB-C power cord, which, thank you. Whoa, just about got hit by a barrel there. I'm just not sure where the market is with something like this anymore, especially with the Switch, with the online service and everything, that you can play so many great Super Nintendo games through the Switch online service that it kind of has me wondering where this sits. I do like the addition, too, of the protectors for the cartridge ports. That's a nice addition. And it's one of those things that it will help the overall life of your system. Whoa! As I clearly did not extend my life there. It works just fine with NTSC and PAL games, so that's definitely a good thing to know. As I got burned there too. So there you have our look at the revised version of the Hyperkin Black Gold Edition. What do I think about it? Was it a necessary update? No. Is it a welcome update? Absolutely. Anytime we can get anything from micro USB to USB-C, that is a huge win in my book. Games compatibility, I thought everything played great. NTSC, NTSC-J, and PAL, everything worked without an issue. I did have one minor issue, and I have to commend Hyperkin for how they took care of it. So one of the pins on the controller board here had actually been pushed back and not fully inserted into the board, and it wasn't making contact. I opened the system up to check it out. I got in touch with them. They've sent me a replacement. We're all good to go. I told them, just send me a replacement board and I'll be fine. Nope, they took care of me, got the whole system swapped out. So excellent customer service. You know, was I bummed that that happened in the first place? Yeah. Can it happen? Absolutely. Am I great that it happened? No, but I'm understanding, and I really appreciate the way that they took care of me. The thing at this point is behind me, the Switch Online is playing on my Nintendo Switch. Playing handheld on this versus that's a heck of a lot more comfortable than this for me, just because of the overall size. Now, what that doesn't get you that this does is if there's a game that's not on the Switch Online, you can play it on here if you have the physical cartridge. So that is a great thing. Battery life was terrific. I do like the adjustable brightness on the display. Speakers a little bit on the tinny side, but again, considering the size, I'm giving it some grace on that. I do wish that we had the concave convex buttons for the face buttons. Triggers felt good. Listening through headphones seemed just fine as well. Overall, I mean, if you liked the original Superboy and the Superboy Black Gold, more of the same, now with USB-C and these convenient covers for the controller ports. So if you want to check out our original review of the Superboy Black Gold or any of the other Hyperkin systems that we've reviewed, I'll have those links up for you right now. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you want to help support Rock Solid Productions and be a part of our community, there's a number of different ways you can do so. First and foremost, join us over on our Patreon page or become a channel member here on YouTube. By joining through either one of those methods, you get early access to just about all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. We also give you shout outs at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also pick up some awesome Rock Solid Productions swag. We've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more available through our Teespring store on screen right now too. You can also pick up some of our awesome 3D printed cartridge stands, amiibo holders, Nintendo DS holders, and more by visiting our 3D printer store on screen right now as well. Links for everything will be down below in a pinned comment. If you want to stay up to date with everything we have going on here at Rock Solid Productions, make sure that you're following us on the different social media networks. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK, and Twitter at RockSolidStudios. If you're looking to pick this and other retro and modern gaming accessories up, make sure that you head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com. He has a feature over there called Castle Cash, where the more you spend, the more you earn towards future purchases, and Castle Cash is just like cash. He also offers convenient payment plans for more expensive items over $50. Finally, make sure that you use promo code ROCKSOLID10 when you're shopping at CastlemaniaGames.com, as it can save you up to 10% on most items on the website. Again, thank you for watching this episode, and I cannot wait to see you again soon.